Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to my show on Global TV and Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Agio, and in this show, I help you to overcome fear, frustration, anger, or anxiety. I just help you to get back on track through my 3-step method. I always have a guest on, and if you'd like to be a guest on the show, just fill out the form on our website, the USA Global TV and Radio site based in New York. And also remember to subscribe to this channel and to the channel of Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, our producer. So welcome to my guest, Emmanuel. Who do we have on today? Let me have a look. Hello, hello. Renée, welcome to the show. How are you? Where are you calling in from? Where are you based?
Now I'm in West Palm Beach.
Oh, West Palm Beach. Oh my God. I'm here in Greece, Athens Riviera, just beautiful place by the sea. I mean, it must be maybe a similar vibe down there.
I was following your shows and there are so much similarities, and I was so looking forward to meet you and to have a deep conversation about life and go.
Yes, I'm all about deep conversations.
Yes.
And yourself, tell me a bit, you're a yoga fitness teacher in West Palm Beach?
No.
Let's see, what something yoga it says there.
No, that's my brand. So it's a 4-step method. So I'm looking so forward to get your 3-step method.
Okay, great.
I'm helping to stay in the natural beauty. That's what I'm doing. And so, and my name is about rebirth. So I rebirth myself in multiple ways. And this is how I know how to transform. But the next step is just like to hold it and to grow with it, and not to just like burn it down and start over again. So that's
true, Renée. That's something very profound, because a lot of us, we have sometimes a big change, a big experience, and then somehow we slip back into our everyday life. Although it was a life-changing experience, we even forget about it. Like, it's almost like we want to forget about it, go back to our routine. We're afraid of the advanced version of ourselves, although we say we want it. Do you find that that happens to you? It's happened to me, I know.
No, that makes sense. It's just like, it has to make sense. And my body is telling me. So it's just like, I think the most thing is really stepping in the full power, the next step.
Yeah. It's frightening sometimes. It's frightening for us. That's why a lot of the the changes we want to make can only actually happen when we have an identity shift. It's not about, oh, I'm going to jog so many hours a day or go to the gym and these list of things to do, list of goals. It's about, who am I? What kind of person am I going to be? What kind of role am I going to play? Would this person do this? Would this person say this? Like, always to check yourself. If I'm my ideal version of myself, would I be doing this? Like when you go to get maybe more chocolate, for example, you don't say, I shouldn't have the chocolate. You say, would the ideal version of myself, the person I want to be, would she be doing this? Would she be thinking this? How would they act? And this is the first principle in my method, the ethos part, how to be align integrity with our goal, with the outcome we want. Because our problem is, Renée, we say one thing, we're thinking another, and we're doing another. See, this is what people do. They make a breakthrough. They say they're going to do this. Then they do something completely, maybe the opposite even. And it's just like cognitive incoherence. And here they're showing my book, my workbook that one can find on Amazon that describes my 3-step method. From Fear to Freedom. That's the name of my book. Thank you to the producer for sharing that. From Fear to Freedom. So basically, my method is that you, in a way, filter your thoughts. You reflect on your own thoughts, because according to the Greek philosopher Socrates, we lie to ourselves a lot. We deceive ourselves. Like I was saying, we say one thing, we think another, we do another. So it's all about bringing ourselves in alignment with the outcome we want, through our thoughts especially, but through our actions too. So let's take an example from your own life, Renée. Let's ask to you. Now, you're a very evolved woman, you're a creative woman, you're a cosmopolitan woman from what I see. But at the same time, sometimes you slip into fear, anxiety. I mean, you're only human, right? Or you're upset with something. Would you like to go through one of the things that's been upsetting you lately and pass it through my 3-step method and see what happens if we can have a transformation? Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, so let's see.
Okay, let's see. Thank you.
Let's see. No, this is why I'm here. And
well, great. Thank you for being so open, because, in your transformation, your 3-step process here, we can help some other people who may be even more stuck than you, right? That's one of the main reasons you're here, to inspire yourself, but also others. So what would you say is the most frustrating thing in your life right now? What's something that's keeping you up at night or upsetting you? A complaint, perhaps?
So I was picking up something from the last show. I showed that was very inspiring for me. So maybe to bring the dots together, because originally I'm a German. So I'm coming from Europe. I know you are in Greek. I know the islands. My home is right now the DR. So I left Europe. Normally the DR is my place, my paradise, because I need the sea. I need to have the ocean.
Right. Dominican Republic, right? DR, is that right? DR?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. It's an island paradise.
Yeah.
But there's always trouble in paradise. What is something that's bothering you?
The trouble
in paradise.
I have really paradise there, and I know how to create my peace. And I like to be on being alone. Like, I like when you say depression is all one. It's just like when you go a little bit different in that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just like, for some reason, this is my place. My heart is always just like lifting up. I love this place really so much. So I had a time I was not able to enter the country. So right now it's a little bit miracle, but it's also overwhelming in ways. So I like to be on my own and do my work and be creative, and just like I'm putting myself always in fields that is challenging for me. And that's like why I'm doing this, because I like peace, harmony, and just like alignment. So that's the question I right now, just like, because I'm traveling the world where I'm a little stuck and have to ask myself, so okay,
What's the question? Why
I'm putting myself in situations they are not serving me. This is not self-love. That's just like, oh, I'm doing this.
Like what kind of situation? Can we be more specific? Like why did you recently put yourself in some dangerous or fearful situation?
It's I mean, it's just like you have to show up for your friends, or just like really want to help, but at the end this is bringing you in trouble. Or this is just like I'm bringing myself in between in trouble because I'm going out helping, showing up, I want to inspire, and I'm just like going over my limits in between. So, and I know I feel that because my body is just like saying this, and this is like a different thing of chocolate or alcohol or other things where
that's true. It's a kind of addiction, you can say, like over helping people. So to your own cost, to your own detriment. Sometimes you lose. Am I getting it? Am I understanding it correctly? Sometimes you overextend yourself, your desire to help and inspire. Sometimes you give too much. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And what is the thought that if you say to yourself, like you want to do that, but then what's the fear? Like if you don't do it, is there a kind of fear or insecurity? Like if I don't help that, does it mean something that maybe there's a part in you that says, if I don't help, maybe I'm a bad person? What's the thing that's the fear? Like if I don't go help, if I don't exhaust myself, if I don't overgive, what's the fear that what's going to happen? Maybe they're not going to love you. You're not going to get the love and appreciation you want. What do you think the fear is?
The fear. So the thing is, I'm not getting the fear. I don't feel that the quality of the energy, because the excitement, just like, okay, let's go for some adventure, and of course it's just like in a higher vibe I'm getting. So the fear is not, I can't pick on them, on the fear.
What's the narrative in your mind that's getting you down? What's the story that you've been thinking? Is it, oh, I help people, I'm over helping, I'm overextending myself? Is that the thought that, what's upsetting you really? That you can't control wanting to help or wanting to go on the next adventure?
When I come home and I feel like how I was just like losing all the energy because I was not staying really just like in my line, because going in other fields and maybe even like a part of just like trying to fit in and to adapt and not holding your size, maybe put it this way.
And what's the fear if you don't do those things? What are you going to lose? Is it like FOMO, fear of missing out? Would you say? Your fear of missing out on certain adventure or experience? Because some thought is out of balance. It's putting you, some thought or perspective or belief is getting you into situations that you are not that happy with, or you're not able to bring it at least into balance. What's the thought you think that's making you keep pushing? Like you said, it's a kind of addiction. Like, what's getting you there? What's the thought? If I don't do that, then what? I know it's hard. You're doing the work now. You're like, how come it is that I put myself in these situations where I'm overextending myself or getting myself a little more into dangerous situations? What is the thought that pushes you there? If I don't do that, then what?
I mean, for some reasons, I'm also producing miracles when I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So
So there's
And
a good side to it. We understand there's a good side and you're
right.
bringing some positive results, but the cost for you is a little too heavy because in the end you're kind of exhausted and saying, "Why did I do that?" Right? Am I getting that right? Is that correct?
Just like, I mean, maybe it's a thing of just like, okay, I mean, I can also see when I was putting me in situations, I was also growing. It's just like maybe okay, this makes sense. Maybe getting over that. So if you want to, even like when you grow in a spiritual way, you can overdo it. Just like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, why do you put yourself in these situations?
that's the question.
There's a certain need, a certain a fear of missing out on something, or a certain deep desire for maybe validation,
I think missing out on something.
maybe missing out sounds better.
Yeah,
And can I ask you, Renee, did you have that maybe when you were younger? Do you recall when you were much, much younger, something similar coming up in your life? Or has something in your childhood in general triggered you to follow this type of life or this habit of overextending, being a little too nice, giving a little too much?
I had
Or
some before I was jumping on. I mean,
uh
what I can see is just like, of course, our childhood is really programming us in
mhm,
so many ways, and it's just
mhm.
you have
In
to.
what way do you think your childhood programmed you for this challenge? Not the good parts, not the good and juicy and wonderful parts. I'm talking about this habit of getting yourself into certain adventures that are then a little too much.
No, that was not never my decision. I was putting and said I was I get I was how you say this. Um, you don't choose that when you're a little child. You get
Right.
they take you and they put you in different fields. So
And
that,
were you put into different fields that you felt a little uncomfortable
of course, all the time.
all the time? So you're in a way continuing this pattern, would you say, in your life?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that. Yes.
Is it serving you for your growth and happiness, or do you find there's a more ideal way of going about it? Is there another, yeah, more ideal way? How would you act and be if you were more in balance with yourself? What would be an ideal way of approaching these challenges so that they would be getting only the benefits without the withdrawals, without the exhaustion or the overextension?
It's the next layer of saying no and
Mhm.
staying,
Mhm.
and staying home.
Saying no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what would happen if you said no a little more often? Is there a fear linked to saying no? Um, did that happen perhaps in your childhood? Were very often in our childhood we understand at a certain point that love is going to be conditional based on if we agree, if we go along with what our parents say, because they are the main they provide our survival. And so we, especially little girls, we are taught to kind of go along and agree with things. And if we do that, then our parents will love us more, our teachers will love us more. Do you think it's linked to that desire to be appreciated and validated and accepted and loved? Do we go out of our way sometime doing things that are not aligned with our ethos?
Um, no, I think it's a different.
What do you think is the thing that's getting you into this trouble or situation where there's not the balance? What's the thought? There's a thought, the need, I would say, there's a need inside of you, maybe to please the others or to have their approval or admiration. What do you think it might be? I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas.
No, it's just like I'm listening. I'm
Uh-huh.
listening. I'm listening
Uh-huh.
very careful.
Certainly. And I don't want to put thoughts in your own mind. I'm just putting out various scenarios because one of your thoughts, one of your narratives, your stories is getting you into situations that are a little too much for you and you'd rather be a little more balanced, correct?
Um, I have a question for you. I'm interested because you're also traveling the world
Yes.
and different countries.
Yes.
So what I experience, because
Uh-huh.
I'm so high sensitive, because
Mhm.
I see the things, I feel the things, I just like, um, this is also when you change, go in different countries, your body has to adapt.
Mhm.
So, and you also have to figure out, because I can feel like even like the manipulation that's in the world,
Mhm.
um, you can feel it immediately in your body system because
Mhm.
your neck is getting tight. So, how do you experience that? And it's about just like learning new skills to really tighten that you're not getting affected so much, because this is more the course what's draining me, this how
Adapt.
we adapt. Yeah, do you have you experience with that?
Well, certainly every different country you visit or live in, there can be very, very different in terms of climate and culture to what I've been used to. For example, I've worked in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Germany and Paris and Rome. I've lived in crazy different cultures. And each time there is a strain on my system. There has been, whether it be the cold weather in England that I used to be in, or Canada. And you just have to adapt completely differently. And as you have done, Renee, I choose now in my life only to be in beautiful environments. So, although I might visit New York for very short to do some kind of seminar or workshop, I really prefer and create retreats in beautiful places like here, Athens Riviera, or it has to be for me at least in a place of well-being and wellness. That's my top priority. It's not like even if you offer me a lot of money to go even to New York, I find it a very grinding city, just a whole, it's like a bombardment on my senses. I've chosen to be in a place where I can walk around almost barefoot as a way of life. Warm sun, swimming every day, healthy food. So even if I go to Brazil, I'll do the workshop or retreat at the beach. It has to be a beautiful place to inspire me. I don't want to put myself in any more strenuous. I have, all right. Just going to the airport is actually, when you really think about it, these places are so unnatural, so unnatural. There's such a bombardment of radio waves and lights, and the worst is the advertisements that they're trying to just sell you stuff everywhere. Whereas when you're in nature or have a view to the sea as we have here in Greece, it's just a whole different experience of the body. So I've made this choice to be in healthy places that are good and my body feels good. So I avoid, um, you know, like I went to Egypt, Cairo. I mean, okay, I wouldn't go again. I'm sorry. I would never go to Cairo again unless I'm, invited by someone super important. I was interviewed on Egyptian television. I happened to be in Cairo, but I don't want to go to Cairo again. No, thank you. I would go to Luxor. I would go to well, am I fine? You can choose. We can choose. What do you say, Renee? Don't you think you can choose?
Yeah, that's the thing. We have to choose wisely, and then
Yeah.
like
My
stick.
friend got poisoning. He went to Cairo. He got poisoning from the water. I don't know what he got. He came back and he was so devastated. His body was so crazy. He got a big scar on his face. He fell, tore his face apart. Like No, thank you. I don't want to put myself in dangerous extreme. So that's one reason I'm not gonna visit, Afghanistan. I'm sorry. I love these people. They're wonderful people, but get your stuff together, because right now it's dangerous for women to visit in some Middle Eastern countries. I'm not going to put myself in danger's way anymore as much as I can. Life is dangerous enough as it is. So I don't know if I'm answering your question at all. What are you getting from what I'm saying? Anything useful for you?
Everything is useful. So I totally connect and feel that, and at the end it comes really to the point that we have to set boundaries in a huge way. And this is just like becoming really the next level of what is really self-love. And there are all the wordings outside, and even like we coaches and whatever, we know so much, but it's always just like, no, what is the next level where you are not sticking to your boundaries?
Right.
And so what is really nurturing you, and then just like go with that. And it's really disciplined.
Go with it. And sometimes I used to make like decisions based on more ego, like, oh, they're inviting me to give a talk in I don't know, Milwaukee. Do I want to go to Milwaukee? No, not really. I mean, love the people of Milwaukee, but I just don't want to visit Milwaukee. I don't want to get in the plane and go all the way there. Now, maybe East Coast I would do, a lot of the things I weigh for the quality of life now, my quality of life and the quality of health. So even if it's, I don't know, some big wig organization, no, come to Greece or meet me in Mexico, meet me in Palm Beach. Don't ask me to go to that. And that's what you call life designing. And we shouldn't feel guilty for designing the life as we want it, and not to get caught up in, oh, but they're so important. This is a very big convention. Like, okay, fine. But you know what? It's in Toronto. I don't know, maybe in the summer, Toronto, but don't ask me to go to Toronto in the winter. No, thank you. Just no, I don't do that to myself. It's an assault on my sense.
Okay.
Designing our life as we love it, and as it empowers us, we have every right to do so, especially at our age, where we're like above a certain age. I don't want to say numbers, but we've done our grind. We've done our running around. We've done chasing prestige and this and that. Now it's about having fun, enjoying in a healing situation with people who want to learn and grow, and let them find us. We don't have to go there. What do you say, Renée?
I totally agree. So yeah, so it's just like being aware. This has nothing to do with we have to be tough or strong, that we are able to enter the different areas or scenarios when this is just like we have to really say no to the energies when you feel that. So, and this is where
no judgment. It's other people. So let me see what you do. Your face is your business card. I love your business card. Lovely. Yoga for face. How beautiful. And this is you do the facial yoga. Is that right? Do you do some of that?
no, no.
No, what is it? I don't get it. Tell me, what is it?
No, when I choose my brand name, that was yoga means in the traditional way, unfold your uniqueness on every single way of your being.
Right.
It's not crazy exercises. It's not a yoga mat. It's really becoming an understanding that you are more than you can touch. And when it comes to radiance and glow, it's about what is killing your energies, who is sucking your energies. And specific after 40, it's showing up how you live your life and if you live your life. So the smile.
I love it.
The smile is the key to heaven. So
yeah. The smile is the key to heaven. I love that.
Yeah, and if you just because that was my lifesaver. If you just focus on the smile, you are supporting your body in every single way, and then things can open up. And that was just like going to my toughest times in life. That was my life-saving part, and I had to study that. So
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 4-step. It's 4 key steps to to be in the flow in the daily life.
Oh,
It's
that's great. You give 4 key steps to being in the flow. I love that. Excellent.
yeah. So the structure, the 4 is the structure, and then your face is unfolding in a different way, but your real essence can more come to shine.
Can shine out if you follow these 4 steps.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. In a way, we're like sister souls. I mean, my system, it's 3 steps, 4 steps, it doesn't matter. We try to simplify. What we're trying to do here,
Yeah.
Renée, is in our own way, we're trying to simplify, because a lot of people, they want the big rewards, but they're not doing the basic inner work. They're not doing, I noticed that they want manifestation, they want, to manifest millions or the lifestyle, but they're not doing the basic simple steps every day. They're getting into all kind of other levels, but if you look at their life, they have drama, they have financial problems, they're not happy in their relationships. So I'm like, you got to take care of the first level, your mental issues, your mood, as you say, your smile, your mood is linked to your smile. So, and then things will start coming towards you, but it's good to do the basics too. People forget the basics. I think that's called spiritual bypassing. They're like, oh, I've done spirituality, I'm enlightened. No, you haven't. You still have had a bitter relationship with your partner. So fix that, and then enlightenment will come. What do you say about that? Is that your approach too?
Yes, and this is I love that what you do. This is why I was so looking forward to get this chance to talk to you, because the inner work, and this makes a difference to AI later. Do you make the transitions? Do you understand what's really going on? And it's not about a yoga mat. It's not having an altar. It's just like how you get it on the on ground in the daily life.
Right. In your daily life, are you in the flow in your daily life?
Yeah.
Your thoughts, and mainly it starts with our thoughts, doesn't it? What kind of thoughts am I having? Am I happy with those thoughts? Can I observe those thoughts with curiosity and say, that's interesting? So you got to clean out your thoughts. We clean out our closets, but we're not cleaning out our thoughts. And that's the quality. I think Marcus Aurelius said the quality of our life is determined by the quality of our thoughts. And I see people having Rolexes and yachts and I don't know what other luxury items, but in here, there's still got the drama. And I'm like, okay.
And that's Marcus Aurelius. One of my mentors, like in my early beginnings, was saying, every thought between your ears that is not making you happy is a luxury
you can't afford.
It's just like, this is so, because every thought that is like negative, your body is sticking with it, so you have to remove that. So
that's fantastic. That reminds me of the cover of a book. It was called "You Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought." You think you can afford the luxury of a negative thought? No, that's your biggest expense. It's not your electrical bill, or I don't know what other bills people are paying. The biggest expense in our life is the expense that these negative limiting thoughts are sucking from us like vampires. And it's us. We're doing it. At least a part of us is doing it. A part of us is doing it. And that's the thing, to connect with the higher level of our mind, of our brain, of our psyche, and just come back to those thoughts and say, that's interesting. I just had a very limiting thought. I just had a very toxic thought. I want to release that thought. I want to be free of that thought. And that cleaning out, that regular cleaning out, replacing our thoughts with love and understanding, that's the inner work that I believe your system is taking care of, my system. There are many ways to roam, but what we all want is this freedom, inner freedom, fulfillment, happiness, joy. That's what we want. So let's do some work, though. And here's your book as well on Amazon. Beautiful. Such a radiant photograph of you. Υπέροχο. Who practices yoga? How beautiful. I hope the viewers read your book. You certainly embody what you're teaching, Renee. I really do get your vibes, your inner Strahlung, as they say in Germany. Because I speak German too. Ich spreche Deutsch, habe ich in Deutschland gelebt. And I love that Strahlung, such a beautiful word. It means radiance. You have radiance. I can feel it all the way here in Greece. So happy to, share your work too. But as you see, we coaches also get stuck sometime, and that's why we're here for one another.
And I was just like, also really, I love what you do, and it's
Mhm.
just like you touching me in West Farm here, so I can feel you. And this is what I think what it's all about. And so yeah, we have to do the inner work to make a difference.
We do. It doesn't happen miraculously. I mean, sometimes you get an inspiration from some teachers, or you get a blessing maybe from a guru if you have a guru, if you want to have a guru, but that wears off. You have to be able to, as we say in Greek, you have to be αυτοφωτός. So it's like your own generation of light. Avto means like self, auto, and like automatic. And photos means the light. Okay, it's about generating dynamically your own light, connecting with source energy, and doing it because you'll always be dependent on other people if you don't find the ways to connect by yourself. So that's the work. That's the work. And it begins with clearing out our negative thoughts, our limiting thoughts. Amazing, amazing work we're both doing. Look at that. Brunette and blonde taking over the world with our beautiful methods,
Yeah.
sharing our light and love. It's a pleasure to connect with you.
And it's so important, please, for everybody. So even like me coming here on the show, so we have really to show up. And
Exactly. I so believe that. We do need to show up because who knows, even if you touch one life, even if there's a girl, a young woman somewhere, it's stuck, I don't know, in some bad situation, she might be seeing the show, something can happen for her. I've been inspired by other people. We have to show up. It's not for us. It's not for us. It's our duty. It's our duty.
so I got my answer, even maybe that was not the method, but for me, that was the gold nugget, what I needed today from you. And sometimes
Oh,
we need
good.
to hear that
Yeah.
self-love is the higher you raise in your evolution, you have to get more boundaries and get more clear what you're not available anymore
Yeah. And we
for.
have to watch that. We have to watch that. We who are like givers, we have innate giving. We have to watch that balance. And it might have started in childhood where we tried to overcompensate. Maybe that was the way for us to gain love from our parents. I know in my case it was sometimes to please them, to be a pleaser and have difficulty saying no. So that's definitely something we have to work on, our boundaries, so that we can stay in our energy, stay in our flow. Because we don't do anyone a service when we're out of our own flow, right? What they say, fill your own bottle, then fill the other cups. Don't empty your own, because then you'll have none for yourself, no energy for yourself.
And I think that is something we never learned at home. So I was not here.
Absolutely.
So this is like we really have to understand this comes first. And I even have to remind myself every single day for that. So you are reminding me in so many different ways. Thank you for that. And this is everybody else. We need sometimes to hear it from the outside to get to the next step. So I thank you so much.
We're reminding each other that's what we're all here for. And I think this is now like a revolution worldwide, where instead of looking to, I don't know, one church or one temple, we are now all becoming priests and priestesses of of wisdom and sanctity. Maybe we are all coming awake. We don't need it. And so we're just reminding each other. We're now like a global, inspirational network. It's growing. I see more and more people popping up, and they are inspiring me. You're inspiring others. We're co-inspiring. And this is like it's lighting up. I feel a real shift is happening. People are becoming more taking responsibility for their evolution, and not waiting for the older institutions, which did fine. They served their purpose, but we've entered a new era where you say, I create my temple and I tailor it to how I want to live and find enlightenment in my way, and you're learning to serve the light in the way that gives you joy.
This is how we change the world.
How everybody does their bit. Yes. So, wrapping it up slowly to our audience in the USA, in Europe, wherever you're tuning in to this beautiful show here, an inspirational show, the Agio Method, every Monday here at noontime, New York time. And in Greece, it was 6 p.m. when we started. I had a beautiful guest on, Renée, and I hope you join us. Remember to subscribe to this channel, USA Global TV and Radio. Subscribe to this channel and to Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, who is our producer. And make sure you check out Renée's book. And I want to invite you to group coaching. If you visit my website, you can have access to my exclusive group coaching group every Thursday. All right. I think I've given you plenty of inspiration. Until next week, I want to say goodbye to you all. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Which of these 5 statements sounds mostly like you? 1. I often wake up in the middle of the night worrying about my future. 2. I'm angry or resentful towards a specific person. 3. I have anxious, obsessive, compulsive thoughts throughout the day. 4. I have an addiction like smoking, drinking, shopping, sugar, or social media. And 5, I feel that I'm wasting away my life. Hello, I'm Dr. Alkistis Agio, and for over 25 years, I've been coaching and training people from all over the world to transform their fears, insecurities, anxiety, and anger into mental and emotional freedom. I'm confident that my simple 3-step method based on Greek philosophy can help you to transform into the joyful, confident, free human being that you deserve to be. I want to invite you to join my weekly online coaching group to finally get the results that you want. Look, you've tried it alone so far, and you've had some okay results. But let's face it, you're still feeling stuck right now, spinning your wheels. Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, unless you realize this as a fact, that you are a prisoner of your own mind, you can't move forward. I'm here to support you, as well as the whole community that we are co-creating. Stop feeling stuck. Stop feeling depressed. You don't have to do it alone, and alone isn't working anyway. Sign up today, and I'll meet you on the inside of our amazing weekly group call. I guarantee that you'll make progress from the very first session.
Nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Horseshoe Farm has always been more than a destination. It's a living, breathing reflection of community, connection, and transformation. Once a humble family farmstead, it has evolved over the years to become a sanctuary for travelers, seekers, families, and friends alike. Originally reimagined by the Turchin family as an Airbnb property, the farm began its journey into hospitality with simple roots, welcoming guests to experience the beauty and peace of the sacred land. As word spread and the vision deepened, the property organically blossomed into a boutique resort, rooted in the values of slow living, intentional experiences, and the magic of gathering. Today, the Horseshoe Farm is a 90-acre experiential retreat that merges hospitality, wellness, and culinary excellence. It is home to the stable spa, the silo cookhouse, distinctive lodging options, and a curated calendar of events that nourish mind, body, and spirit. Our guest experience is designed to be both grounding and expansive, where the comforts of luxury meet with the simplicity of nature. At its core, the Horseshoe Farm is about transformation of land, of self, and of community. We are proud of where we've come from. We are confident in who we are today and excited for the road ahead. Hello, I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, also known as the Listening Mentor and President and Founder of USA Global TV and Radio. I had the opportunity, the pleasure of attending a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm just recently. I was so impressed with all of the opportunities that were presented to me in this glorious setting, as well as the highest level of customer service, that I've decided to put together a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina, United States of America, June 3rd through the 6th, 2026. You can expect to have a beautiful time of relaxation combined with learning, community, collaboration. Do consider joining me in this wonderful opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with others, and with nature. For more information, email me at drjacqueline@usaglobaltv.com.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.